Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the 173rd Fairfield County Fair. Also brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Buckeye Toyota, The Frame Shop, Buckeye Lake Marina, Cryo Communications, Bay Food Market, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Medical Center, and Foltz Ag.
Welcome to the 173rd Fairfield County Fair. I'm Paul Jasson with you at the fair. They just had the opening ceremonies. It is officially open as we tape this. It's Monday morning. They just got things underway. I've got the fair manager, Jim Marcinko, with us. And Jim, it's official. We're ready to go.
Yep, we're ready to roll. We got everything lined up.
Had a nice ceremony there. Lloyd Helber was there representing he and Diane for the cabin. Dave Benson was there, a group of people. The chamber was there. The Fair Queen, who we'll have on in a little bit, opened up the fair. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. And if everybody gets the chance, they ought to come look at the old log cabin because it is truly amazing the work they've done there. So
that's amazing stuff to get started. So we've got the log cabin that's been redone. They talked about a grant you got from the Fairfield County Commissioners. You built that building down there, which I think is primarily a restroom. So that's a beautiful building.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was greatly needed. The interesting thing about the old one is we really couldn't find anywhere in our records really actually how old it was.
Really?
Yeah, so that tells you it's pretty daggone old.
Anything new you'd like to hit on? Anything special going on at the fair this year?
Well, we have kind of our normals, but today we have our hog show, and then tomorrow's our beef show. So then Thursday, Friday, we have our auctions. So we welcome everybody to come talk to that, to come support the 4-H'ers. And then, we have our normal rides and games and food, and we have a new food item I think might have mentioned before was a pizza cone, and I haven't tried it yet, but it's up by the art hall. If anybody, I'm going to try it probably today. Okay. Yeah.
Is the demolition derby still a big deal out here? I heard Steve Davis talk about it when he was in it years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we generally have real good crowds for that, and according to the guy that runs it, the promoter, we have one of the largest of his. The circuit that he does, largest groupings of riders coming in.
Well, and I'll tell you, it's cool out this morning. This is what I think of as fair weather. When I was a kid walking from the west side over to here, there'd be a little frost on the grass in the morning. You'd see that. But some years we've been out here, boy, it's been pretty warm now. But that's not the case today.
No, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Big thing is if it stays dry. That's the key.
Weather's supposed to be good all week, you think?
Well, I think it's supposed to get a little rain there. Could potentially Thursday, Friday. So.
Well, I know Senior Day is what, Wednesday? Yeah. Okay, we want it good for that. And today, Monday, as we tape this is Veterans Day out here.
Correct. Yes, and that's a big deal we have here. We have a ceremony for them at 2:00 over in the LOH tent.
Right.
So it'll be a big thing. I mean, it always draws in a lot of veterans, and they get in free with an ID. So we try to support them and help them, and appreciate everything that they've done for us.
So people could stop by the LOH tent, watch that go on, and hit the log cabin right next door?
Right next door, yeah. Exactly.
That's right.
That's ideal, yeah.
Jim Marcinko is with us. Jim was is the fair manager for the Fairfield County Fair. 173rd version, and it's the best and the last fair in Ohio, am I correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, word for word, what I would have said.
And Jim did tell me to say that. Jim, thanks for being with us. Have a great fair, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Jim Marcinko, Fairfield County Fair. We'll be back.
Where can I find advanced heart care?
When you choose Fairfield Medical Center for your heart care, you'll find confidence in our expertise and peace of mind in our compassion. Your health is important, and our heart and vascular experts specialize in the latest technology and treatments to keep you feeling your best. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Again, we are at the fair, the 173rd edition of the Fairfield County Fair. Glad you could be with us. Again, it's a beautiful morning, cool, but I mean, this is, in my world, fair weather. This is what you think of as just being a great fair day. It's cool out, it's dry, as Jim Marcinko said in an earlier interview, as long as it's dry, we can live with anything. Got a lot of dignitaries out this morning for the opening of the Fairfield County Fair, which just occurred a few minutes ago. One of them is our State Senator, Tim Schaefer. Tim, welcome.
Paul, welcome, and thanks so much for having us, and thanks for being here for the 173rd Fairfield County Fair. Like you said, what beautiful weather we have. It's a beautiful fair. It is such a great fair. It's the last fair of the year in Ohio, and I always look forward to it. Lori and I always look forward to coming. Nice, beautiful, crisp fall evening, so yeah, we're going to have a great time.
And you're like me, you've been to a lot of these over the years. I'm sure you can go back to your school days and coming here, but a morning like this is how I remember it, walking over here, cool. Now, some days it's been pretty hot, we know that, but this is a fair day.
It is, it really is. And, you know, being a veteran of the fair, it can be hot, it can be cooler, but this is going to be beautiful weather this week. I'm really looking forward to it. And especially this afternoon, the Veterans Ceremony, that is always a really uplifting and at the same time a moving experience to celebrate our veterans and their accomplishments and their sacrifices. Really looking forward to that.
Is that 2 o'clock at the LOH tent?
2 o'clock, the Veterans Program, yes.
Yeah. And today is Veterans Day out here, where they celebrate all the veterans. There's lots of things going on, but as you say, it's 2 o'clock. That's the big ceremony. And I know you have the utmost respect for all our veterans.
Absolutely. The reason we are here and in peace is because of their sacrifices, their commitment, and their families. So we don't want to forget the families that give up so much when their loved ones are serving here or abroad. Anywhere they serve, they give up a lot.
Anything going on at your regular job, workplace, anything you can chat with us going on? There's a lot going on, we know that.
We have a lot going on. We are in session, but you know, we have today off, so I'm at the fair today. Thank goodness. I'd rather be here than talking politics in Columbus, but nevertheless, we're getting the work of the people of Ohio done. We are making sure that state government is working for us. Got a number of special projects, which you'll be getting press releases on, but we do a lot of special projects, trying to make sure we're tightening up the state budget and using taxpayer dollars absolutely wisely, the way every single taxpayer would want to see it done.
I'm here at the fair with Tim Schaefer, and she's off camera right here, but the lovely Lori is over here. Lori and Tim will be touring the fair in a little bit, probably making a whole day out here.
That's right, and eating a few things, sampling the
you got a favorite?
Food. Yes, several of them. Which one you want to talk about?
There's a new one Jim talked about called a pizza cone.
Oh, my.
I have no idea what it is,
all right.
But it sounds yummy.
That's on the list.
Add that to the list.
That's on the list.
All right, very good. Tim, it's a pleasure to have you here. We know you celebrated. You're a local kid. We're so appreciative of the job you've done at the House over the years, in the House and into Senate. Keep up the good work. Lancaster's fortunate to have a young man like you represent us here.
Oh, thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate it, and thank you for your service in U.S. Army.
That's all right. Senator Tim Schaefer with us at the Fairfield County Fair, the 173rd edition. You weren't here for them all, were you?
Some of them.
Many of them. Tim Schaefer with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The Fairfield County Fair is brought to you by Cryo Communications. The team at Cryo Communications is proud to support all of the participants in this year's Fairfield County Fair, and congratulations on all of your accomplishments. Cryo Communications is celebrating a decade of helping to harness creativity and communication to connect our community. To learn more or contact Cryo Communications, check them out on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or visit cryocommunications.com.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town, because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced.
At the fair, I'm Paul Jasson. Thank you for joining us. We are at the 173rd edition of Ohio's best and last Fairfield County Fair. I learned that from Jim Marcinko, and I've never forgotten it. That was a good line, best and last fair in Ohio. We're at the Frame Shop booth here in the Art Hall, and everything. This is, as we tape this, it's Monday morning. Just a lot of activity going on here, people getting things going. But we are here at the Frame Shop set, and Steve and Cindy already have this set up early. You are ready to go.
We are this year. Yep, ready to go. Love the fair.
Yeah. Cindy and Steve Smith, they always have a booth right here, kind of where the hub is, near the center of it, one of the aisles right here, right across from the Ohio University booth. You can spot them here. And Steve, every time I come here, and I know Shane is taking a bunch of shots here, and we'll get some of this on, you guys always have tons of new stuff every year.
Yes, sir, we do. We are a Thomas Kincaid dealer, so we have a lot of Thomas Kincaid canvases, prints, therefore anything Thomas Kincaid. And we're also a Terry Redland dealer, so we do collect, have his product too. And some of our quilling cards are new, and our pop-up flower cards are new, which are mailable, along with our candles. We have double wick candles that are also you can mail. It's a nice little gift line.
Well, every time I come here, it looks like a completely new booth almost every year. You almost don't see the same thing twice here. You got so much. Now, right behind you, we have a shot here, and I think you don't have to move, Steve. I think Shane got you a shot of it. You told me it's the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney. So for you, that means what?
It really is. We have a lot of new product in there. You can custom order canvases, prints, sign numbered limited edition. That's why we decorated the booth this year with DC, Marvel, and Disney. We have that new dealership, and it's not around very much. It's in an area. It's usually like, your vacation spots and so forth. So it'll be up and running on our website. You can order on our website very soon.
And Steve, the website is?
theframeshoponline.com.
You pulled that up just like that. That's very impressive, buddy. That's very impressive.
Well, I just had practice before we went on.
There was things that go on behind the scene we can't chat with. Oh, yeah. So what are the hours you have to be out here? Is it like 9 and 10 in the morning till 9 or 10 at night?
Yeah, we usually try and be here like 9 to 9, and then the shop this week is shortened hours. We're open Tuesday through Friday this week, 10 to 2.
So one of you here, one of you is over there because business still goes on. Good. We're glad of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Business always still goes on. We do have shortened hours at the shop this week because we are so involved with that here. So we try to juggle both.
Yeah. Anything of the I was going to ask you, too, what are I was interested, and I know Shane got a shot of this, the pop-up cards. What are those things that you open and then they just kind of rise up?
Yeah, we had so much success with our quilling cards that we thought we'd add the pop-up cards too. You can mail those. It takes 4 regular postage stamps, and they're like pop-up cards. They're playing with paper dolls. But we have wreaths and we have cards. The wreaths and the trees are $20, and the cards are $12. And you see them online a lot, posted on Facebook. So they're in demand.
Good. Well, that's what you want. You want something that everybody wants. Now each of you spend a good bit of time out here. I know that. Plus, if you're not here, you're there. We know where you are this week. When you're out here, when you leave, if you don't go right back, if you're able to go around the fair, where do you head? What's your favorite thing to go to? Food?
Yeah, DeRusso's Italian sausage. Every year, got to have it.
And there's 2 of them, so you got to.
Oh, I know. I got choices.
You have a favorite spot to go, Cindy?
I do. I like to support all the local schools. So Lancaster Band Boosters, Liberty
the
Union.
Roundhouse there.
Yeah, and don't get mad at me if I don't mention anything, but I do. I try and get over to the cattlemen's too.
Yeah, we were just over there, and it's not open right now. We just came from that side of the fairgrounds. It's over by the animals, all on that side of the track, the Cattlemen's Association over there. It's not open yet, so if they hear you're coming over, I'm sure they'll open up just to be there for that.
Hey, here we go.
All right. Yep, you're going to have fun out here this year? Is it always a blast coming out here?
It is. I enjoy it. I mean, I'm 57 years old, and my mother told me, she brought me to my first fair in 1966 when I was 9 months old in a carriage, and I've never missed one. So
right?
I love our county fair. I think it is one of the greatest things that we have in this area.
I don't know how anything could be nicer looking than this fairgrounds, which is amazing. The way they've kept up the buildings, they're beautiful, white with the red roof, they're beautiful. But then to have the mountain as a backdrop as you look out at the track and you see that right there. We're fortunate to have this rising park and all that.
Aren't we? We have the best.
You probably
fairgrounds,
came here a
the
lot
best
with your
fair.
folks, huh?
Oh, I did. You know, Mom, this is probably our 4th booth we've evolved into, and we're celebrating 48 years, so she has been here a long time. There's a few years we weren't. But the other thing is, I did just want to mention, in the building that we're in the art hall, there is some 4x4 student art quilts that Webb and Diane Rice, you know, they got involved with the Fairfield County Schools, and as far as I know, Lancaster and Fairfield Union and Bloom Carroll, all of them have been invited, Liberty Union, and so check the art quilts out on this art hall on the outside of the building, and we hope to put them on the rest of the fairgrounds.
I just saw Webb and Diane. We came from the grand opening over there, and they were recognized along with Lloyd and Diane Helber and some of the other folks that got the log cabin restored. Dave Benson was involved in that. There were several there. You guys get around to see any of the stuff at the fair?
Oh, we do. We take turns. Yeah.
Don't get to go together.
Not usually.
Not usually.
Yeah.
Well, we understand how business works.
But we work together, we live together, so it didn't hurt to have a little break here and there.
Makes the other time a little more interesting, huh?
Exactly.
So we're here at the Frame Shop booth. We're right at the hub where you come walk around. If you know where it is, it's kind of catty corner from Ohio University, everything right here. So best of luck on a great week down here. It's going to be fun. You've got lots of great new stuff, lots of old stuff to talk about. If they don't see it here, they can always stop down to your address, which is?
339 North Columbus Street.
Right.
Our website is sec66@att.net. Phone number 740-654-9300.
You've trained him well.
I have, Paul. Thank you. Thanks, Shane.
Steve and Cindy Smith from the Frame Shop here at the 173rd edition of the Fairfield County Fair. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure.
The Frame Shop in Lancaster has been family-owned and operated since 1975, offering a lifetime guarantee on materials and workmanship. All framing is done in our workshop with the utmost attention to detail. You'll have a one-of-a-kind product custom-made just for you. We can frame many types of items. We also offer frame and photo restoration and repair along with ready-made frames. The Frame Shop, where your business and loyalty are very important to us.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the fair, the 173rd edition of the best and final fair in Ohio, Fairfield County Fair. It's always a pleasure to talk to Park Russell, Director of the Veteran Service Commission. You're a long way from home down here. You left the office up here and you spend some time out here?
Yes, I do. We spend a lot of time out here. You know, every Monday of the fair, it's free for veterans. I want to get that out for the following years to come. But we're free today, and we have some items here to give out to everyone that stops by, our veterans. We'd like you to stop by and gives us a chance to interact with you and talk to you and see if you have any needs.
What are the items that you're giving out?
We're giving out a couple toolboxes and a survivor kit. Select one or the other, a hat, a coin, and a T-shirt that we give out every year.
And you're modeling the T-shirt right here?
am. And on the back, you can see the flag and
nice, very nice.
And the Pledge of Allegiance.
You've said that a few times, huh?
Yes.
What's going on up at the office here? Now, normally you're up there. I don't know what the address is. Is it just Route 33?
It's 3044 Columbus Lancaster Road Northeast, just past Myers. Before you get to the airport, we're a little strip mall there, every time I say to people, it's right next to the Miller's Furniture Store, they all know it. So it's a draw for us. So.
Got any, I know every time we talk, there's always new things that you're trying to get the word out to veterans, because you do so many things down there for them. And I know that's always your task, is to try to get the information out. But you do so much. Anything new going on?
There is. Just recently they passed the PACT Act. It's very critical that, especially for those who served in Vietnam, they've now added Guam, they've added Okinawa, Thailand, Laos, and also Cambodia, and off the coast. It's very important because they keep adding more disabilities, and they're adding more things that are due to exposure to Agent Orange. We've also have gotten information about the Camp Lejeune, contaminated water, for Marines out there or family members of a Marine. Just come in and talk to us. And the last thing is the burn pit. That's all part of the PACT Act. It's really important that if you know a veteran, can talk to a veteran, have a family member, somebody, we always encourage them to contact us so we can give them the update of what's really going on.
Well, you always do so much to help the veterans, and everybody's talking these days about those burn pits. Everybody's talking about the Camp Lejeune water. You see it on TV all the time, so I know you try to get the word out there. What are your hours out there normally during the office?
8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock at night. We always make accommodation if you're working. You want to come in earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon. We'll do what it takes to try to get you connected to some of the disabilities. There is something else that came out for those who have received a general and honorable discharge for other reasons. The DOD is reviewing those. I always encourage somebody to come in and apply. You have nothing to lose, but you may meet the qualification for an upgrade on your discharge.
Well, it's Monday here at the Fairfield County Fair, and as Park Russell, who is the director of the Veteran Service Commission, mentioned, this is Veterans Day out here. Lots of fun things going on. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a big service at the LOH 10. You guys got a big deal there.
Yes, we do. We always ask veterans to come out and we want to show them the appreciation that they deserve for serving. And I also want to make comment to Paul and his and what he does, and allowing us to be a part of this and interviewing us and getting the information out. It's very important that we try to reach all veterans to see if they qualify for any kind of benefits. And I thank you, Paul.
Well, that's all right. I know that's your job, is just always trying to get the word out there. Always, you do so much, and just let people know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Park Russell, who is the director of the Veteran Service Commission out there on Route 33, right in that little strip mall out there. Everybody knows that. Before you get to the airport, I guess it's right where you turn to go to the airport. It's right there. It's a great location out there. Plenty of parking, good hours. Look on the county website. You can find everything you need. So lots of good things here at their booth here, right near the center hub of everything right here. You got a lot of nice giveaways. So if you know a veteran, anybody, get them out here and get them to have some of this good stuff. Park, thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much,
Sure.
Paul.
We'll be back at the fair.
It is so important for families to feel comfortable and safe when they call, because oftentimes that first phone call, even picking up the phone physically and just dialing that number, is very hard. You're asking for something that is a very difficult and private decision, and so we want everyone to feel comfortable and safe that you pick up that phone, you make that phone call, and let us just guide you and lead you where you want. And then you can make an informed decision about what's best for you and your family.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hi, I'm Christine Simmons with the United Way of Fairfield County. Our mission is to utilize all resources to achieve the greatest impact on our local needs, and this can only be accomplished by local support and generous donations from businesses like Buckeye Toyota and Buckeye Honda's Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye will make a donation to the United Way with each vehicle sold. From all of us at United Way, we say thank you, Buckeye, for all your support.
And we are back at the 173rd edition of the Fairfield County Fair. It's a pleasure to be down here talking to Mike Shook, president of the board of directors of the Ohio Glass Museum. We're here at their lovely booth. You get to stop by. The fair's on, buddy.
The fair is on, and we haven't been doing it this long. I think this is our third year that we're exhibiting here, but it's always a joy to be here during the fair. We get a lot of great people coming through, and of course with the rich history of glassmaking here in our community for all these years, we certainly get a lot of old glass folks coming by.
I bet. And I guess that's really kind of worth talking about now. Anchored in Glass is your current exhibit, and there's a lot of buzz going on with that, considering this is Lancaster and Anchor Hocking.
Right. I'll tell you, we have been working on this exhibit for about a year now, and it debuted back in the middle of September. We had a gala opening. We had nearly 100 people come into the museum that night. It was a great gathering. We had the CEO of Anchor Hocking was there that evening, Mark Eichhorn, and he did a ribbon cutting to open up the exhibit. And a lot of former Anchor Hocking employees were there also that evening. So it was just a really joyous evening, and a lot of, again, a retrospective and the rich history of glassmaking in this community, as well as obviously the contributions that Anchor Hocking has made culturally, economically, financially to this community for over 100 years.
Well, in your own personal history with Anchor Hocking, it's probably pretty neat to be down there and to see some of this stuff that you know pretty well.
Well, yes, I've retired nearly 40 years with Anchor Hocking. It's it was a labor of love to work on this. I had two co-curators, the three of us, Barb Wolf and Cheryl Shaner and myself. Perfect. Between us, we had over 125 years of combined service.
Labor of love.
And it was a labor of love, and we were very passionate about it. And again, without the assistance of Anchor Hocking, they allowed us to go into their archives and retrieve some very unique and rare pieces that are now part of our collection and on display now for the next year.
Where you're on Main Street down there, what's the address?
124 West Main Street. We're down like in the heart of Lancaster.
What are the hours?
We're open daily, 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday from 12 to 4.
Well, it's just a worthwhile trip to be down there. They just got tons of stuff to do down there and interactive things going on all the time with glass making and glass blowing, and you can just see everything. But now with the Anchored in Glass exhibit down there, it's particularly, I think, interesting to walk down there now from a Lancaster perspective to see that.
Lancaster can be very proud of again, this historic event that we're bringing to this community. And that's the other thing. We're offering discounted admissions to the museum for tours and the glass blowing demonstrations to all current and past Anchor Hocking employees.
Well, very good. And this is Monday. It's the fair down here. The first day, it's Veterans Day out here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say thanks for your service. I think it's obvious you were in the Air Force here. Let's go with that.
I'm very proud of my service. Being in Southeast Asia, I spent a little time in Korea, so it was a unique experience. And you know what? Many veterans say it, but I'll say it too. I would do it all over again.
Sure, I think most of us would. Sure. Thanks, Mike. Mike Shook, president of the board of directors of the Ohio Glass Museum. Stop down right now and see Anchored in Glass. That's a big exhibit going on there, and they're here at the booth. And as I remember when I was a kid, always coming through here, if you want to know where he is, just tell him you're at the old Judy Moorhead photography booth. Is that what you remember too?
Yes, that's the perfect description of where we are. In the art hall, you couldn't be in a better place.
That's right. Mike Shook with the Ohio Glass Museum. We'll be back.
This year, make LS Tractor your all-season workhorse. From spring applications using LS tillers, box blades, rotary cutters, and grapples, to winter applications utilizing LS snow blowers, blades, and brooms. With this lineup, there's no job you can't do with LS Tractors and Implements. Learn more at lstractorusa.com or check out your local LS dealer.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
Welcome back to the Fairfield County Fair. Paul Jasson with you. And again, we say it's the last and the best. That's what they say for Fairfield County here at the 173rd edition of the Fairfield County Fair. And we are at the Hope Hospice exhibit down here. It's in the Art Hall. I think most people know where it is. It's kind of the end of the aisle down here. Got a great location. A lot of fine people walking by. And I've got a couple folks with me to talk about Fairhope Hospice. We've got a worker bee with Fairhope Hospice and a volunteer, so we get to talk to both of them. I got Dawn Walker on my far left. She is the marketing director of Fairhope Hospice, and Kitty Hanley, who's a volunteer for a couple years.
Since 2009.
That'll qualify for a couple. So Dawn, you're out here. You're the first volunteer as things open up here for the first day of the fair. You get to see a lot of people. You're relatively new in this big picture, so is this pretty neat for you to be out here in this position?
Yes, it is. Last year I've been with Fairhope a little over a year, but this is my first year in this role. So it was really nice to be able to be in charge of what comes to the fair and how we decorate and what we do and what we put out on the table for the people of the fair to look at and to represent Fairhope.
So this is probably everything that we see around here at the booth and everything here. This is kind of your bailiwick?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, well, it looks lovely here. Now, Kitty, you're a volunteer. You've been out there since 2009. What basically do you do as a volunteer? What's your job?
Well, it varies. I help at events like this, sit at the reception desk at the Pickering House, things like that.
Well, I'm a big fan of, Kristen will know that, I'm a big fan of Fairhope Hospice. I think it's one of the great places in the community. I won't say it's not a gem that's not known, because I think many people know about Fairhope Hospice, but you've been here a year now, Dawn, and I think you can speak to that, the job that everybody does from Kristen on down. Fairhope Hospice is really quite a place in this community.
It is, and I think it's well represented here, and when people walk by, so many people have stories about Fairhope, and that's the thing I noticed the most last year, and that was most inspiring about Fairhope, and understanding the true value that we bring to the community. Yeah. Hearing the stories.
Sure. And I don't think, and I tell Kristen this all the time, almost every time I have her on, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say a negative word. And so it must be fun to work for a company where so many of us have worked at jobs, some people are happy, some aren't, but I tell you, it's an amazing job. Now, is this the first place you volunteered, or do you do other volunteer work?
Well, I also volunteer at Fairfield Medical Center.
Okay. So volunteering is your life now. Yes. You enjoy it out at Fairhope Hospice, I guess, since you've been here for all these years? Yes. Is it fun to be around all the people?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And hear their stories. A lot of times the people visiting, it's rather touching, and my heart goes out to them.
Sure. Mm-hmm. It's a very difficult place at times, but somebody's got to do that, so we appreciate your volunteer to do that. And I'm sure, like you say, you hear the stories at work, and I'm sure you hear them out here. Oh, I had, Grandma there, and you did such a wonderful job. I know Rick Snyder has imparted so many wonderful stories. He had so many here, so I know you got a great staff up there, and the work goes on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I remember a patient who drove himself there to the Pickering House.
Really?
And the story was he wanted his car there because he was afraid he wouldn't like it. And he ended up being best friends with so many people, and he was really, really a remarkable.
Well, I'm sure there are people that have different views when they don't know much about it, but then when they get there and they see what goes on, they're more than happy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the stories are legendary that you hear, and I'm sure you hear tons of them out here. And you're out here any other days this week?
We are here every day this week.
I mean, you.
Specifically, I'm here today for Veterans Day and then Wednesday for Senior Day.
Okay.
Yep, and then I'll be here intermittently throughout the day to check on my volunteers.
Okay. Now, if you're out here and you get off, what's your favorite food place?
I don't know. There's a place, I don't know what it's called, but it's in the Art Hall, and she does caramel apples. and she gets them from a local orchard. She cuts them up, so it's not in the art hall, in the grandstands.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to go there and get
One
that.
of the food places
Yes.
there. Yeah. How about you? You got a favorite place?
Well, I love the fish sandwiches.
Okay.
There's a couple places
I
that
gotta
are
say,
good.
there's only about 24 fish places you can go out here. I saw something new, and we got a shot of it earlier. It's called a pizza cone. Yeah, I've heard it's pizza in the shape of a cone. So if you run across that, you might at least give that a look.
Okay.
See what you like. I'm with Dawn and Kitty here, and we're at Fairhope Hospice. They're right on the end aisle here. As you walk around, you'll see them right across the Alumni Association of Lancaster High School booth. So, girls, thank you for joining us. It's going to be a fun week out here. I know volunteers will be out here manning this morning, noon, and night. So, best of luck out here. Thank you. Thanks for joining us here at the fair.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the 173rd Fairfield County Fair. Also brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Buckeye Toyota, The Frame Shop, Buckeye Lake Marina, Cryo Communications, Bay Food Market, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Medical Center, and Foltz Ag.